Hello, everybody. So happy that you're able to be here to join me. And I know for some of you it's morning, some of you afternoon, maybe some of you evening. I don't know, but I just welcome you here. Now, this week has been a week of challenge, and that's part of why I wanted to share it with you because this is what journaling is all about. I've talked about journaling and discovering the inner depths, and this week I had to deal straight up with a heater being brought in. Now, for those of you who don't know, they use compounds to make sure that you can keep the heat within the parameter of the tubing. Now, for those with fibromyalgia, chronic pain, other health situations, the compound itself that keeps it within the tubing can actually be very painful because of the smells, the toxicity of the smells. And that's a part of what was a discovery this week, is discovering about friendships. We all have our friendships, and there's one friendship that is bigger than all other friendships. And that's really the biggest one. And this heater issue, this whole entire element of the heater and the discovery of the strength, and lack thereof within the body, it made me really realize how much we put on ourselves and how much expectation there's put on us, both by ourselves as by other people around us, and how it can really bring you down or it can bring you up. But the biggest friend is the one that you go with every single day. Now, you might have those friends that you go out to drinks, or you go out and chat, or you chat it up or whatever, hang out, have some tea or coffee or whatever. Those are good friendships. Let me tell you, they can actually help build you up or they can tear you down. And you have to be able to distinguish which is which, because tearing you down, you can actually start feeling it. And it's where you have to be your own advocate on this one, because others don't know how this feels. And it may be how you're interpreting it, but your interpretation is all that's necessary to be understanding this. And what I'm meaning by that is that your nerves can start to feel like nerve endings, like electrical pulses. They can feel like ants running up and down your body, or just in one little area. Or maybe there's a pulsation when you put pressure on an area. Those are actually muscle spasms, when you feel like it's going like crazy and shaking when you're sitting there, and it's a muscle spasm. Then there's muscle tension when you lay there and it just, it aches, but it's not like vibrational. It's just an ache. Now, that could be the precursor to a spasm or a mild spasm, but most likely it's just muscle tension. Then there's also the allergic reactions and sensitivities, where your body will actually take in the aromas from around you, the sensitivities from around you, and it can actually cause you to have facial swelling, maybe redness in the face, itchiness, all sorts of things. They call it allergic rhinitis, and what it is, I know the nostrils all the way down to the esophagus can actually start to inflame. It's called allergic rhinitis. It actually can cause you to start sneezing, coughing, and it basically causes you challenges with respiratory distress. Those are the precursors to respiratory distress, actually. One of them. And sometimes people are prescribed what's called an EpiPen. And other times, just a simple medication like different allergy medications. But sometimes none of those will work, because the truth of the matter is it's a precursor to offshoot your body into a pain and fatigue syndrome. And you might be thinking, but Scarlett, what are you exactly talking about? That's exactly, it's called the trifecta. Okay, it's fibromyalgia is the top of it, and then you have chronic pain and chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, if you have chronic fatigue syndrome or chronic pain, you're going to eventually have fibromyalgia. Now, can you bring it under control? Yes. Yes, you can bring it under control, but you can't get rid of it. You can only bring it under control. And the whole point is being able to find those triggers, find those stressors, and be able to bring them under control. This can be the smell of chemicals from the heaters, vape, cigarette, fragrances, cigars. All of these things can all cause issues with the health. Now, these aren't limited, okay? Now, something else that was brought that I was reminded of was I was going shopping last night, and I'm getting prepared to be going through a procedure. It's pretty intense tomorrow. Procedure, and I'll do a follow-up on it. But basically, I have to take a load of prednisone because I'm allergic to the contrast they'll be using. And they don't have another way to treat it, but they have to do the procedure to make sure that I'm doing all right. So the whole point is that sensitivities, I was getting prepared to get all my laundry taken care of. And I shared with a lady who shared with me about the beginning signs of her dealing with fibromyalgia. And I told her where she could go to get diagnoses, because you have to be, I can't make a diagnosis. I'm not a medical doctor, but if it sounds like it, I'm going to give you ideas of where you can go to get the help, especially if I'm close in proximity of an area where it might be able to help. And in this case, it was. And I also gave the advice that when you have sensitivities like to clothing scents, stuff like that, all natural, non-synthetic. Also, when it comes to laundry, soaps, cleaning soaps, stuff like that, all natural. And less expensive sometimes even is possible. Do you know back in the day, it was borax and baking soda and Feldnaphtha. And even before then, it was lye soap. And let me tell you, that stuff, it killed everything, but it didn't leave that scent that everybody is crazy about today. And trust me, fibromyalgia scent is just back burner. In fact, if you are around scent and you do have fibromyalgia, you might want to take a look at removing it, removing the scents, removing those toxicities, and see how your body starts to react and document it. So that was a big part of the issues that I found this week. To make a point as well is being aware of all of the friendships that you have. And because remember, I said frank and strength internal. There's a reason. Because when you're looking at all of the toxicities and you're looking at all of the people that are around you and beside you and with you, etc., there's one friend that can never leave you. And this can be a friend or a foe. It's your choice. It's called you. There's one more, but you need to be friends with yourself. Get to know your body, because your body and you are one. You can be the constant struggle, or you can work together as one. Because mind, body, and spirit all have to be in harmony, or you can't function. It's all trifectas. So I announced last week, I'm going to announce it again. I have a webinar the end of this month on the 28th, which is the last Tuesday of this month at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's Journal to the Soul, and getting down to the basics of who you are, where you're coming from, and finding out those little hidden gems that you might not be really aware of. Now, I'm not making anybody going to be there. I'm just making an announcement that it's there. I love these people who say, "Oh, you have a webinar and this is limited time offer." And I just feel the need to get the word out to help people, and I want to help as many people as I can to find what is the hidden gem inside. How can you help yourself? Because if you can't help yourself, you can't help others. And if you can't help others, you can't be happy. But you have to help yourself first to be able to help others. It's a full circle effect. Anyhow, so there you go. That's my talk for this week. It's that friendship and strength eternal. It's all within you. It's a matter of how you view yourself and how you view your situation. I want you to comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you have any insights. I want you to let me know. Go on ahead and subscribe, because I do go live. I'm looking at starting to make regular posts, even not live. I've talked about this before, but I'm kind of playing with it right now. I'm doing a lot of playing around right now with technology. I've mentioned before, I'm not a tech person. I'm still not a tech person, but I'm playing around with it. So if you find something that is from me that's posted, you'll know, oh, she's beginning to figure it out. Okay, there's my sense of humor for you. Anyhow, so I've got things that I'm working on, and I'm going to be posting them. Also, for what it's worth, I also have a YouTube channel, Dogs and Cats of South Burlingame. If you're interested in dogs and cats and seeing different videos, they're almost the same dogs and cats, but they're in different situations. I haven't gotten all the cats and dogs of the neighborhood, but it'll take time. Anyhow, if you're interested, go on ahead and let me know. It's literally Dogs and Cats of South Burlingame. So anyhow, until next week, feel free to be in touch, and talk to you later. Have a great one.